This guy loves his coffee. That guy loves his cigarettes. Why don't you just have cigarettes with coffee?
Some people do that. It's actually pretty disgusting.
Put the coffee in the cigarette. Smoke the coffee.
Dude, that's just disgusting to think. Because when I was a kid, my dad once put a cigarette butt inside like a can of like soda. Like that he wasn't planning on drinking anymore. I picked up that kind of soda. I didn't know he had done that, and I drank it. I swallowed some of his ashes. It's pretty awful.
That's funny. The bird guy. I mean, the bird guy's.
Not my story. Yeah, my story is just sad.
No, yeah, your story. That's kind of gross. I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone, really.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I was like, blah, 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 blah. But hey.
My brother chews tobacco.
Ugh, that's gross, bro.
Yeah, and you spit into like cans or bottles or whatever. And we were on a road trip, and he was chewing, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was thirsty, and the very first thing I did was reach for my water bottle.
Oh Christ!
But I grabbed his, and he stopped me before I drank it. But it was just like, that was really close. All right, so now we're breaking and entering. That's cool.
A little light B&E, you never hurt anybody. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was playing this, by the way. I was thinking, oh, we're just doing some light B&Es, just like you said, breaking and entering.
Bacon and eggs.
Anyway, so your brother stopped you, but you almost drank his chewed up tobacco. That's disgusting, but your brother at least was kind enough to be like, whoa, don't drink that, bro. Do not drink that. They couldn't cage Mallard. Mallard needed to be free, and nothing could hold him back.
The poor legs of Chris Evans.
Well, Chris Evans probably lost his legs, bro. The Easter basket blessing at church. And ate special pretzels. We didn't bother to bless those. Profane pretzels.
You ever have, like, the really big, really soft pretzels?
Oh, yeah. Salty, chewy, tasty.
Yeah, those are the best.
I don't really like pretzels all that much.
You're dead to me.
I was dead to you when I said, what was it I said? Oh yeah, I said Hawaiian pizza was awful, and you said 13 years of friendship ruined with one sentence.
Just like that. Have you ever even tried it, dude?
I've tried it. It just doesn't taste that good. Maybe I just had bad Hawaiian.
Well, as long as you... I will believe you when you say that you've tried it. So as long as you've tried it, then... Like, you're allowed to have different tastes, even though they're bad.
Even though you're clearly wrong.
Yeah.
Objectively wrong. Whoa.
Oh, that's a big old bird.
Oh my god, Mallard! What have they done to you? That thing has demonic eyes.
That thing has an eye in its eye.
Mallard forever. It's actually a duck.
So is there some kind of reward or quest or something to fill out all the pages in this book? Because I noticed that we're filling out the pages in weird orders.
It's likely something like that. It's likely to tell the gamer, hey, the player rather, you're finding different things in different order. There's still stuff secret to find. Shenmue did the same thing. Your dude Ryu would write passages seemingly at random in his book, but if you filled out specific hints and whatever, it would fill up that particular line, You're like a big beaky dinosaur. Mallard, you're still amazing forever. May has some weird attachments to childhood stuff.
Yeah.
Why would you be attached by a float? Or be attached to a float, rather. I found you, and I know you're here. And I still instill a springtime terror because apparently he crushed legs. Oh.
Alright, so that's another thing that we have to do every day is to
visit him?
Mallard.
Yeah, possibly.
Mallard, you're pregnant.
Oh god. It's one of those God things. Like when you have a baby because God.
That has happened exactly once, and we can't even confirm that.
May, by the way, has weird tastes. Like, why is she literally calls these things vermin, and yet she thinks they're cute. They're not cute.
Well,
vermin are not cute.
Vermin, I would think, is just like the literal term for them. Whether or not you people keep rats as pets, but that doesn't make them not vermin.
Yeah, but dude, they're feral. They're And by the way, she just reaches in there, and I can guide him, and I just go ahead and just pet a rat. Because, you know, May's gonna do that. Don't...
This is one... I bet this changes over time, where the more you come to visit Mallard, the more you pet the rats.
Aye.
The more
of a rat queen May becomes.
Nah, well, not the phrase that I would use, but the more accustomed the rats become to seeing you, and the more they let you pet them.
That's just gross, dude. I mean, like, we know that May poked a dead arm with a stick, and her dad had the right idea. It's like, don't poke arms with sticks. but then she goes ahead and just pets rats. They're full of disease, bro. That's just sick. Also, I fuck up the jumps here quite a bit until I get it right. Like this jump, I fucked that up pretty bad. So I have to go back. I have to friggin' get up there again and do a triple half gainer off the side.
And of course you're not gonna cut any of this out. We're gonna see all your attempts in their glorious unedited glory.
Oh fuck yeah, see I'm gonna time it just right here. But I don't waste time, I get it on the second go. See? Check that shit out.
And what did we accomplish?
We found a weather vane. Were you ever into Scouts?
No.
Neither was I.
Good
talk.
Manhood.
These are the manliest of miniature windmills for sure.
Did you ever play team sports?
Team sports? Actually, yes. I did play soccer as a kid. I was never ever a good offensive player, but I was a great defensive player. I was a great goalkeeper too, because I'm tall. So. Also, remember this girl?
What species is this girl?
She's a rat. A mouse. So we're just gonna sit down and chat with the middle schooler.
Alright. I would not call myself old at 20.
You're like all the way old. How old are you? 15 in February. See, May has no compunctions about hanging out with a teen. Because she's mentally probably a teen herself, so there you go.
We talk a lot of shit about May's mental age, but maybe she's... I don't know, maybe it's an act.
You think so? You think she's just acting out?
I don't think so, but I know I'm acknowledging that it's a possibility.
So this is a girl whose mom died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so May's just having a heart-to-heart. Which is nice. I mean, it's nice that May, for all her trouble, she is kind of nice enough to just chill out and talk to anybody. Except when people give her sass. Like right now. The rich neighborhood? Huh? So I went with, what? Because, no, would have been kind of denying reality. Our house is pretty freaking swag.
You think that's swag?
It's a 3-floor house with a really nice Arnold-style apartment.
You've seen my house. You think my house is swag?
Compared to my apartment.
Okay, you live in an apartment, though. That's different.
Oh, and she's just getting freaked out. So this kid has some, I guess, anxiety issues.
Yes, she's got something backed up there.
Well, don't forget, her mom did die, so...
Yeah, that's true, and she's only 14.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to... Oh my god, I said something bad. Yeah. May's kind of being nice about it, though. She's like, you're chill. It's okay. But I've been to your house. I don't know, I think it's a pretty nice house. It's big.
No, it's not.
Well, it's bigger. It's a pretty big house in my opinion. Alright, I'm out. It was nice chatting. I'm here most days, which means we're gonna go come up and talk to this girl again.
Yeah, more things to do. See ya, killer.
Ugh.
That's a very apt nickname.
You see someone messed up the mural? Yeah, pretty funny. Okay, we suspect number 1. Already right there.
That doesn't necessarily... I mean, very weird and bad. I wouldn't say that makes her, like, a suspect. Just makes her, like, a bratty...
A teen?
Yeah, a bratty fuck-the-man teenager.
Which May is, let's be honest, May is always like, all cops are bastards. Thanks to the thread for pointing out ACAB means exactly that. So that explains why she acts like she thinks Aunt Molly is such a bitch. But it's like, Aunt Molly's just doing her job.
Pretty sure you can't make this.
I can, Ashley. I realize I have to do the best triple gainer jump. Check this shit out. 1, 2, 3. I failed. So I try again from here. I failed. I do eventually get it. I think by using the pillar as a starting point. Because you can't do the triple jump like going back and forth. You have to go into a direct line. Pro tips for anyone playing the game. So I just start from here and I do it. By the way, there is a reward technically for getting up there. And I just keep fucking it up.
I mean, have you never played Super Mario 64?
Years ago, dude.
Man, that shit's like riding a bike. You know that.
You never forget. So there it is. I made it up here. There's a cat sleeping up here. That's all we get. So I just drop down and I think to myself, you know what? Let's go up the stairs on the right side because remember that repair worker who was like, don't get on the lights? And we said, let's go to the church? That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go up to the church.
Sounds like a time.
Which, you know, considering May doesn't strike me as a spiritual type.
You know, maybe she does need God.
For what reason? Do you think that she just has to pray her anger away?
Couldn't hurt. Oh, there's Mom.
Yeah, Mom's a church worker. Hey, Mom. Wow, it's been a while since I was in here.
May's mom looks like a good mom.
Yeah. She always seems to have that kind of smile on her face because we're used to seeing May's just straight lines of neutrality. Whereas I guess May's mom's, do we even know her name? I don't know. Mrs. Borowski's or Bukowski's face is constantly in a kind of like I'm a happy, kind of placid pose, you know?
Yeah. Unified app thing. Been there.
They make programs to just for church administration, which, by the way, I didn't realize either. But when I read that line, I figured, you know, I should have figured.
By true crime videos.
Yeah, exactly. True crime videos. The mom loves reading her horror stories. I mean, you saw the books on the shelf.
God will forgive me.
So I think that if we had not gone to the mural, like this dialogue sequence would not have occurred.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. I mean, this game, it doesn't, like, it's not an action game. It's not an RPG. I guess you could call it an RPG of sorts.
A role-playing game.
Yeah.
It's an adventure game. It's an adventure game.
I don't know.
That's what it is.
I don't know if I'd really call it that either. It's kind of lacking in the fantasy or the escapism.
No, I mean the escapism here is actually very grounded, and it's sad. And it's depressing, but it's escapism.
Well, if it's sad, then I wouldn't really. I don't know. This might just be me throwing subjective definitions on words. But if it's sad, then it's not really escapism because you play video games to escape your already sad life.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So you're gonna say something about this game being an RPG?
Yeah, just that this game, like, it doesn't have much in the way of like there's no combat or anything like that, so it doesn't have to put any time into balancing or shit like that. So you just throws up a bunch of different paths for, like, if May goes here and talks to this person, then this subject can come up when she talks to another person, etc., etc.
Indeed, or maybe it's all book related. You know, like anything you fill out in a book eventually becomes a conversation topic.
That's possible, yeah. Yeah, have the game set a flag. If May writes this in her book, then she can talk to people about it.
So it seems to me that this is the resident homeless person, and this must be the pastor. The new pastor of the church.
The last time I went to church was for my niece's baptizing. And the pastor there definitely was either new to it or he kind of didn't care, because he talked real fast. He went off tangent a whole lot, and he clearly did not give a shit about his hair or his facial hair.
He was a neckbeard through and through, huh?
100% certain, 110% certain that the pastor on his off time, went to his home and played World of Warcraft for 12 hours.
He probably played a cleric. You're Candy Borowski's daughter, so there is a name, Candy. Which is a stripper name.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bit of a slutty name.
I'm Kate, but you can call me Pastor K. That's like way more syllables.
New to me.
Yeah, this over here is
Hi.
Bruce. Hello, Bruce. Hey.
So,
Sup? Catch the game last night? Do you live in the woods? Yup.
fixing that before winter gets here.
God's a doer. And they're bigger than city council.
God's not a doer.
Yeah,
God helps-
God helps those. Yeah, you're gonna say exactly that, weren't you?
God helps those who helps themselves, yeah.
The church's actual neighbor, the homeless man. But hey, Pastor Karen seems like a pretty good person.
We all need a little help sometimes. Maybe that's advice that May should take to heart. She really should talk to someone about her dreams.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's another thing to do. Check on Bruce.
Check on Bruce.
Nice to meet you, Mary.
Yeah, May Vorowski. Bruce, just Bruce. Pastor Karen.
I like these two.
Pastor K is a very saintly person, but we don't have, oh, by the way, miracle rats. Yeah, we don't have anything for Bruce, though, which is kind of weird. You'd think that we may would have written something about him in there.
Also, that statue has a Star of David on it. That's how you die, yeah.
Whatever. May doesn't give a shit. I'll get to it. May, that's exactly the wrong lesson to take away.
When I was younger, I absolutely would have been all for that.
You'd have been like, I'm gonna climb the shit out of this water tower.
Yeah, I told you when I was younger I was a climber, and that lasted well until I was, I don't know, before I was 10 maybe. Actually, a lot longer than that, up until when I was a teenager, 14 or 15, and then I stopped because I was growing up and I wasn't like. They just yelled at me for doing that. They yelled at me more for doing that because I was supposed to be an adult and I was setting a bad example for the kids.
But how old were you?
15, like I said.
Oh, well then you were exactly that kind of that kid who climbed up on the roofs and saying like nobody climbs up here, and you're like, yeah, that's totally me, man. That Lori M is your spirit animal. So right now the plan is, we've explored what we can, and I'm pretty sure I could not reach the top of that, the top of the snack falcon on the right side near the possibilities. So I figured we've spoken to Angus, we've spoken to B. They're both busy with work, so really the only last person we can talk to is Greg.
Yep.
So I figure I'm gonna get there the highway because that's how May rolls. F the cops.
I wonder if you do this too much, will she eventually get pulled over?
Well, she just or fried by the power line. Who knows?
No, I wouldn't. Not like if she got fried, then that pretty much exclusively guarantees a game over. So that'll never happen.
This game has save points, though. Every time I enter, I realize that every time you enter an area, it's auto saves. This is what this loading screen is.
Do you really think that this game would allow May to just die like that? Yeah.
I would not put it past the tone this game is setting.
No.
This tone is all about depression and being, like having problems with youth and having problems with your life. I do not see that as necessarily not happening. So I just kind of fuck around here trying to think to myself, oh, can I make that jump one last time? Was I just fucking around? And I figured, you know what? Yeah, let's try.
But
yeah?
Back to this game. I think though that like this game is also trying to tell you a message about like how it's like like, you might feel that the world is against you or whatever, and you might be lashing out, but there's, like, always a way that you can get help, something like that. And I feel that if the game were to include something as macabre as May dying, like, we already saw a severed arm, but if it included a sequence where the main character could die, then that might imply that suicide is an option.
Well, not it, but if she seeks it out, it's one thing. But if it just happens, it happens. You know, it's like shit happens.
Well then, if shit happens and you die on a power cable, then yeah, of course your players are gonna look for other ways to off themselves.
You think that just including that would be like, hey, I wonder if I can get fucked up by just diving into a knife or something like that.
yeah, like climbing the water tower and then seeing if you can jump off or something.
That's a good point. I suppose, you know, never put it past people like me who are like, ooh, let's explore everything and see what happens. Yeah. Delicious fresh air. So what's up?
So, I wonder, there's only 30 seconds left in this video.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's, like, if the order that we speak to Greg or B matters at all.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I mean, all I know is that right now Greg seems to be the stopgap for getting to the band practice. So, I figured we're gonna cut it short here, and next time around, I play another song, hopefully well. Wish me luck.
There you go.